Well, finally I've got to the Motorola CB555 and got a chance to turn it on. It's been here a few days now and just been a bit hectic with things and a couple of little health issues once again. Unbelievable, but what do you do? I can answer that. You just keep going no matter what. Don't give up. Anyway, this is the Motorola CB555 and as you can see, has a clock function on it, which is nice. Real bass console sort of looking radio. And what is it at the moment? It's about 9:45 or something. I'm guessing a little bit, to be honest. That'll do. 9:43 we'll call it. I know I'm somewhere around the mark. Just haven't got a clock in front of me, but we'll see how close that is. So, just did a quick test actually, and really nice how they have this recessed area under here for the microphone, and the mic is a genuine Motorola. They use a 4-pin plug. It's a bit of a specialised 4-pin plug, quite a little bit different to the normal 4-pin plug. So usual thing, God help us if we ever need a 4-pin plug. We can make something work, I'm sure, but certainly really clean. I'm running it off 110 volts there at the moment, and just in the second radio room. I always think, how do I describe different rooms? A lot of you know we've got an American barn that's full of radios. We've got my original room that's back in there, full of radios, and obviously this radio room's got a bit full of radios. Actually, we're just about to do a few improvements on this one before that goes out for sale. Actually, I've got a few of those of the Stalker Double X's, so it's time to clear. Well, at least one. I think I'm going to keep a couple of them, but we'll clear one of them. Okay, but back onto the radio in hand. The Motorola CB555. Can't tell you how much it sort of impacts you, just how clean these things, or this one is. I've got another one coming over from Bob in the US, which is more of a spares radio, but we'll see it when it gets here. You know, it may be something that is clean enough to make into a real radio. Who knows? But certainly. This one, look, I won't try to kid you. I had to pay real dollars for this. It is not something you're going to buy cheap. And even as much as I like to think I'm pretty astute with trying to buy things, you know, reasonably smart, this was not one of my reasonably smart ones, so I can tell you that for sure. It's not that it's embarrassing to tell you, it's just I can't remember. And I think when I can't remember, that's because I put it out of my memory and I decide, you know what, it's better not to remember, especially if Samantha finds out. Now let me just turn the air conditioner on here, 2 seconds. Thankfully my new room has air conditioning. It's not terrible heat today or anything, and for those of you watching this overseas, of course Australia is battling some of the worst bushfires that we've had ever. It's really tragic, and our hearts really go out to those in New South Wales and Queensland right now, and even Western Australia is looking at some issues in the next 24 hours that could be catastrophic. So really feeling for those guys, and if you've got friends in those areas, you know, send them a note to say you're thinking of them, because it really is that serious. And you know, get out early. Where we are, this is northeastern Victoria. We'll have our own problems in time. For the moment we're looking, you know, good, which is great, but you know, take heed lest you fall. It's is always about fire prevention, so just a quick note on that one. It's certainly something that I've just actually got that Bobcat of mine running, and we're clearing areas everywhere just for that reason. Get the rubbish down and you know, keep your property fire safe. Okay, back to a CB radio, although that was an important commercial break because Australians are seriously suffering at the moment. So let's have a little look at the receiver. Funny enough, I didn't actually do that when I was testing just earlier. I was so happy it transmitted, I forgot to check whether it could receive anything. So you're going to find out with me. God, I hope it does. Righto, let's have a look. Let's go to generate. And what are we putting in? 0.499, so if it hears that okay, I'm reasonably happy actually. That's really good, so let's just bring that up a bit. Oh, nice, solid, at 1.58 microvolt. Nice. 5 microvolt. Meter's probably out just a tad. Oh, no, it's not. No, sorry, I'm not reading it right. That's at 15 microvolt. 50 microvolt, look, just over S9, S10, like we normally call 50 microvolt S9, so it's maybe a little bit generous. You know, we can always adjust that. We're just, you know, yeah, right. Anyway, won't do that. No, look, no, that's receiving well. That's actually quite nice. I'll just see if we go below. Oh yeah, actually, you probably can't hear it, but I can. That's at point 0.158. So that's no, that's good. That's really good. So we'll turn off that nasty noise and let's have a look at just sideband, which I do know works, by the way, so I can cheat a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. So about 10 watts of transmit. So we'll just peak that up a little bit. We know we'll get better than that. Probably just, you know, like a lot of radios we get, has it on a tune on AM. Yeah, 3.7 watts. I mean, look, it's just down a little bit on both modes, AM and sideband, and that'll just be a little, you know, sort of fiddle around just to have a look at the RF stage, and it'll be just a quick touch up on it. I've learned a fair bit about these radios from Peter Newman. Pete's done some extensive work on these. Sent me a lot of photos of. Really shortcuts on, you know, how to access areas and actually, Pete, if you're listening, I know you're not well at the moment too, mate. I want to sort of just wave the hand as such to you as well, mate. I hope things are improving, and because we miss you. And I tell you what, you know, the hobby is not the same at the moment without seeing what you're up to. So and for me, you're a bloody resource that, you know, so I miss. Between you and Mike, you know, I think watching Mike's videos and sending you questions about what do I do? I've got myself in a bad spot, and you've got me out of those bad spots, Pete. So, mate, we are thinking of you, and I hope things improve very soon, buddy, because trust me, I know a little bit, you know, I'm nowhere near as bad as, you know, what you're dealing with at the moment, but you know, day on, day off with health is so unpredictable, and I get that one. Anyway, just thanks, mate, for giving us all the heads up on the CB555. It led to me being broke and poor, but, you know, that's okay, mate. So it's all right, buddy. All right, so anyway, yeah, really nice, clean radio. I just checked on 27 megs before in the other room just to see whether we might get something on air. Unfortunately, it's as dead as a doornail, but it has been brilliant. We've been working Europe, the US, been working a lot of Asia Pacific stations, and of course the East Coast has just been constant. So the minute I want to test this radio, what does the band do? Closes down on me, which is, you know, 10, 11 meters. That's the way it works. But been also getting some good contacts on 10 meters. As you guys know, I have a bit of an obsession with a few CB radios, but equally I have an obsession with ham radio. So often I use 11 meters as my indicator to go and have a look at 28-490 and see what's happening. And boy, we've had the world open up. Doesn't do it for long, I'll tell you what. And people have asked me, what's the secret? And unfortunately, the secret is, have a listen to what 27's doing, and then see if if you start to hear the Hawaiian Islands coming in on 27, start calling on 28-490 for the hams that are interested to do that. All right, well, thanks very much. I'm glad I've finally got a chance to just show you a nice working radio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, 1, 2. I love it. I think there are some radios in life that are just absolute keepers, and I don't think I'm going to need multiples of these. I'm trying to get rid of multiples, as you've all realised lately. And we're getting there. We are getting there, actually. Thank you for all those people that have helped so much too. And there's some really serious collectors out there who have been fantastic to deal with. And so, once again, appreciate you guys. All right, 73's from VK3 Charlie Mike. Sorry it took us a few days to get to this one. Been bobcatting and then paying the price one day on, one day off with me. You get a full day's work in, and then you pay for it the next day, unfortunately. But anyway, got the whole thing going again. So there's a really good positive vibe around the property when my bobcat's going, because we know it saves us so much time. And you'll see some videos soon. We're augering some holes for some new towers going up. Got 2 new towers that we'll probably do the holes for this week, and we'll get the concrete truck in and do some pours. And and then I've got a couple more towers. We just welded up one this weekend, which needed a bit of repair, and that should go up in the next few weeks as well. 73s from VK3 Charlie Mike, or JDW229 on the old Charlie Baker. And thanks very much for having a look at this video on the Motorola CB555. Please subscribe, and any questions, always in the comment section, very welcome. Cheers.